ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's that time. 4. Which ships on this banner are worth pulling for, even though all you guys should be pulling for all of them. As always, all of them. But this gives me a good reason to make a video about talking about each individual ship, so I'm going to go do it regardless. Right, let's get right into it. So this banner, there's 6 ships. I'll talk about all of them, even though there's like 3 elites, and I really don't want to talk about elites. But I'll go ahead and do so regardless. Alright, so let's get right into it. First off, we'll start off with the main event ship in this banner, and that's Emden. So let's talk about the screen stuff. So Emden here, voiced by Hanaka Inoue. Now I feel like this is a very well-known voice actress. She sounds like one. I don't know though, but she sounds like someone I know. Not exactly sure which one though. But anyways, let's talk about the stats. At 120, 3700 health, 157 firepower, 289 reload, 300 anti-air, 201 reload, 107 evasion, light armor, speed 23, accuracy 167, luck 85, anti-sub 91, oil cost 11. So this is like as basic as you can get when it comes to a light cruiser stats. Everything across the board is very, very average. You won't see anything like super spectacular. Now for a quote-unquote Iron Blood ship, 300 anti-air is pretty significant, so they have something to work with when it comes to the higher level worlds like 12, 13 and stuff like that. Otherwise though, kind of like average on across the board. Now let's talk about the other stuff. So when it comes to gear loadout, it's very unique. You can do a DD, another DD loadout, or a DD and a light cruiser loadout. So she has 2 shooting guns here. 2 shooting guns. Now the issue is she has no anti-air, which is kind of hilarious to me because she has pretty decent anti-air, but she has no anti-air gear. So that's kind of funny. So torpedoes and then 2 guns, basically boom boom. I'm gonna shoot everything that comes in my way. Stuff with that nature. 120% accurate efficiency, 75 efficiency, 100 efficiency. It's like average as you can get, but this is unique though when it comes to equipables. Everything else though, whatever, nothing like spectacular. And 2 firepower, 2 light cruisers, I believe. Yeah, 2 firepower light cruisers. Now firepower to light cruisers isn't like super significant, but it's free firepower, so if you want to get her to 120, go for it, because I know I am. Now let's talk about the stats. First skill, or skills, my bad. First skills. If Emden has a light cruiser main gun in the secondary weapon slot, so this one right here, increases Emden's main gun and secondary gun weapon efficiencies by 25%. So it's more damage oriented for this first part of the skill. Once every 20 seconds, fires a level 10 special barrage that inflicts a minus 30% speed debuff to enemies hit for 5 seconds. Damage is based on skills level. Now the second part of the skill, if a DD gun is equipped in this slot instead, every 10 seconds deploys a shield that lasts 5 seconds and can block up to 5 enemy shots. If this shield is destroyed rather than expiring, fires a level 10 special barrage. Damage is based on skills level. That restores Emden's HP equal to 5% of damage dealt. So this is like a variety thing. Like I said this before, but if you guys haven't noticed, they've done a lot of variety stuff when it comes to new ships lately. So if you're going to use her in like a full fleet setup, you would definitely want to use the first part of skill, which is use a light cruiser gun in the second slot, because it has the debuff, so all your fleets can benefit from this, from the speed debuff, and it gives her more damage. She doesn't have to worry about survivability as much, because in a full fleet there's multiple ships that helps tanks, or tanks hits for you, or heals for you, or shields you, so you don't have to worry about utility that much when it comes to a full fleet. So using her first part of the skill for the first skill in a full fleet is pretty good. Now, if you're going to use her in a 1-1 setup, the second skill is pretty good here because you get a shield and it does damage as well if it expires, and it heals. it heals equal to 15% of damage dealt. So survivability, if you want to do like a 1-1 setup, this is very, very good. If you want to do a full fleet setup, the first skill for the first part of the first skill is really good. So it's not bad. Now let me look at the whatchamacall real quick. I think I have it pulled up somewhere. Yeah, so this is the first skill, I believe. Or is one of these things right here. Hold up. Maybe she has an all-out assault. Yeah, she does. So I believe this is the slow debuff right here that she has. So this is the slow, and then this is the all-out assault. Not bad. This is like Kronstadt's whatchamacallit, the barrage. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of this kind of barrage. I think it's like if you're right in front of the enemy and you're like on full auto, you're gonna like miss completely. So I'm not a big fan of it. But it's not bad though. It covers like a pretty decent range, I guess. But whatever. It's still a good skill though. This first skill is really good. Definitely, I will use her first part skill way more. Now, second part. When the battle starts, increases your Emden's evasion by 10%, and if your vanguard consists of only Emden is unaffected by out of ammo debuff. Everyone has this nowadays. Like every new ship has this out of ammo debuff removal. And if there are other Iron Blood ships in your fleet after 5 seconds, lowers your Iron Blood's HP by 11, which is a weird number, but maybe someone can explain why it's 11, and increase their firepower by 10%. So, it's been a while now, but we got our first buffer for firepower in the backline from a Vanguard position. And God knows how long. I don't even know, man. I don't even think that even exists right now. Well, no, Kashino kind of does it, but with her auxiliary. But at long last, guys, we got a Vanguard buffer for the back line. So if this skill right here isn't enough to convince you to use Emden in a full fleet setup because of the speed debuff, then this second skill will definitely convince you otherwise, because now, if you use her in a full fleet with KMS ships, you can buff them. So, I know a lot of people have UVH. I know a lot of people should have FDG as well, too. So, you have two big battleships from the Iron Blood faction that gets 10% more firepower. So, you lower health. FDG's passive skill, whatever, has to have her above 70% HP to get damage buff. But 11 is like nothing. So I don't know why it's 11, but if it's just 11 damage out of like 9,000 health or 10,000 health, it's not a big issue at all. So 10% firepower, very, very good. And then all-out assault. So this ship right here, I'll probably talk more about it later. It's pretty damn good. She is a core slot. If you're a KMS enjoyer, and I know the EN version of the game loves KMS, she is a core member to all KMS enjoyers in this game. She fits super, super well. You have a speed debuff, and you have firepower 10% buff for the big hitters like UVH and FDG. Very, 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 very good ship. Very, very good ship. If you don't use her right now in your core KMS sub, you should do so. She is a best in slot as of right now in a KMS setup. Very powerful. And in terms of universal setup, I think there may be a time you can use her. I wouldn't use her if it's just UVH alone, because I'm still going to use the typical Duke of York, New Jersey, and UVH setup. But if you do FDG and UVH, if you use 2 or more backlines for battleships that needs firepower, definitely use Emden. She's a very good slot there. I like the ship a lot. Very, very good slot for KMS setups. Very good. Now, Lützow right here. I probably butchered that name, but whatever. Excuse me, guys. Let's talk about her stats and whatnot. So, battle cruiser. Oh man, we're getting. I think we got a lot of battle cruisers lately. I know that a lot of them are like from meta ships and whatnot. So, there's that. But whatever. Anyways, I like the ship's design. I will say that I forgot who she reminds me of, but I like this ship's design a lot, a lot, a lot. I don't know. Maybe it's the hair. I like her hair. We'll just go with the hair. Also, her skin is really nice too. Where is it at? Gallery. This one. I like the skin a lot. So, anyways, stats. Let's talk about it. So, at level 120, 7600 health, 390 firepower, 181 torpedo, 0 aviation, 268 anti-air, 164 reload, 31 evasion, heavy armor, 26 speed, 66 accuracy, 30 luck, 0 anti-sub, and 14 oil costs. Not bad. Not bad at all. I believe these are like average. I could be wrong, but I think there's like maybe a little bit above average. I feel like 390 firepower is like pretty significant for a battle cruiser. I gotta double check that though, but I'm pretty sure that's like pretty good stats for fire. Like, I know firepower nowadays, like 390 is like nothing. Like battleships have like well over like 450 nowadays for like the UR big ships and whatnot. But 390 for a battle cruiser, I don't think that's bad. I don't think it's like super bad. Obviously, it's like not core for like bossing, but like I don't think it's that bad as a battle cruiser stats or whatever. Now efficiencies, battleship guns, 125%. A lot. That's a lot. Actually, no, it's not. Whatever. What am I? Okay, ignore that. It's pretty good. Light cruiser gun or DD slot, 170% efficiency. That's average. And then DD guns. Oh, she can use DD guns, guys. Another DD gun slot, which is kind of worthless because you're in the back line, so it doesn't really matter that much. Anti-air, 90%. So average. Ignore what I said about BB guns, guys. I'm smoking right now. Not really, but ignore what I said about the BB gun part. Let's see here. This is for battleships, right? No. Yeah, battleships. 1 evasion at 120. Meh. I don't care about that. Not bad. Average. I think. Whatever. Okay. Anyways, let's talk about the skills. Bravery at I'm not a scag. I'm just gonna say scag. I'm not gonna try to say that name or that word. Increase the ship's main gun damage by 10%. Okay. You can just add it into like the stats of the ship, but just say like, all right, free 10% damage. I'm not gonna say no to that. When the ship fires her main gun, 70% chance to fire a level 10 frontal barrage. All right, why are we going back to 70% barrages? I don't get it. We were so close to greatness in Manju's designs, where everything either is 100% accuracy or has like an 80% accuracy, and if it fails, something else happens. Right here, if she fails her barrage, nothing happens. So it's like, what's the point of this right here? Oh, we're back to this RNG barrage stuff, and I hate it. Oh well. How the barrage looks like? Let me see here. We got to Lützow here. The barrage looks like that right there, guys. So kind of wide. I think it's like a who does it remind me of? It reminds me of I don't even know anymore. It's like a better it's like Epic 7. It's like a better Big 7 from like Nagato and stuff, I guess. Well, no. Yeah, whatever. It's alright though for barrage, not bad. The hunt is on. Every time this ship sinks an enemy, increases the ship's firepower and accuracy by 5%. Can stack up to 3 times. The final stack additionally increases reload by 15%. So obviously, you can tell by if you see anything that has like a stacking effect, it's not going to be a bossing ship because there's not going to be as many targets. There's going to be one target most of the time. So you said it, it's a mob clearing ship or a boss node clearing. That could work too, but for the most part, mob clearing stuff. It's not bad. Stacks up to 3 times, 15% firepower when it gets full stacks, but fights nowadays ends really fast, so not bad though. You got 15% firepower at max, and then you have 10% main gun damage. It's not bad. It's not bad. Now, when it comes to this third skill right here, increase the ship's damage dealt to BB and BCs by 10%. Another damage amplifier. Very good. When an enemy sinks within 5 seconds of taking damage from this ship is also treated as the one who sank the enemy. If this ship has an AP or SAP main gun equipped, When she hits an enemy, it decreases the enemy's accuracy and firepower by 10% for 3 seconds. After 3 seconds, there's a 10% chance to inflict 3% or 3,000 damage to the enemy. That is a very low chance. I mean, that's cool and all, but that's a very low chance. It's like, this might as well just never happen. It might as well never happen. But I like it, though. I like it. I think that's like one of the most unique things we had in this game so far. Where like, yeah, so if I hit you, there's like a 10% chance you're going to take additional damage. I was waiting for the additional damage meta or buffs to come into the game. And we finally have them, guys. Chance to inflict 3% or 3,000 more damage to the enemy. So, additional damage. I was waiting for this. Like, I've been waiting for a while now for some kind of like bonus damage added on. Like, let's say New Jersey fires her main gun. It does like 10,000 times 2 or 3, right? And then there's like an auxiliary or a gun that's like, it does an extra 3,000 damage for each salvo that hits or whatever. Yeah, that'd be broken, but I've been waiting for this. Like, it's gonna be a power creep, obviously, but from this so far, it's a 10% proc chance. It's not 100% yet, but we're getting there, guys. Bonus damage is coming in hot. Now, when it comes to this ship right here, barrage-wise, it's not bad. Honestly, she has a lot of damage amplifiers. 10% main gun damage, up to 15% firepower, accuracy, and reload, as well as 10% more damage to BB and BCs. It has like a pretty nice utility and a chance for extra damage. Honestly, I know she's a battle cruiser. She lacks a lot of firepower compared to battleships, but this ship is not that bad. Honestly, I think she could like, I'd say she's like the 3rd best performing quote unquote KMS backliner as of right now when it comes to firepower. So yeah, I don't think she's that bad. I think she's pretty solid, honestly. Definitely, if you're looking for some kind of like very, very solid battle cruiser, I say Lützow is like a really good choice. I like this ship. Has a lot of damage amplifiers. Has a unique 3rd skill right here. The barrage is also really nice as well too. I like this ship. Now, I'm gonna butcher this name. Seydlitz. So another battle cruiser right here. So stat-wise, about as average as they can get. Nothing like super spectacular. It's about the same as Lützow here. I think it's like slightly worse. She has less health, less firepower, less torpedo. It's like less everything. Yeah. Well, she has more evasion, but everything else is like less. Well, more luck as well too. But yeah, whatever. It's like whatever. Yeah. Now, when it comes to a gear efficiency, BB 140%. Now this is pretty good. 125%. No, I told you guys I was smoking right here. For Lützow, 140%. That's pretty solid. Now, when it comes to the secondary efficiencies, 170%, and DD anti-air guns 70%. That's pretty low, but whatever. 140% is really good. So what makes with her lack of firepower here, she makes up right here. So that's solid as well. Now for skills. Oh man, we got a book coming along. Alright. When the battle starts, if there are 2 or more Iron Blood ships in your fleet, increase the ship's firepower and reload by 18%. So once again, if you gotta use a full KMS fleet. And if you do so, you get 18% more firepower and reload. That is very, very good. 18% firepower, very good. When the battle starts, the higher percentage HP this ship has remaining, the shorter reload excuse me, the shorter reload time of her first main gun volley, at least 20% up to 80%. During each battle, the ships will tank 60% of all damage received by your Iron Blood main fleet ships, and the damage tanked is reduced by 10%. Up to 20%, this effect becomes inactive after primary effect of the skill's Unsinkable Legend activates. Jesus, okay. We have some Yu-Gi-Oh stuff going on here with these new ships nowadays, I swear to God. But basically, she's going to have a short reload. So, if you want like a machine gun fleet, definitely pair up Seydlitz with UVH, and you'll have a machine gun firing team in the backline. Each story will be like 5 minutes long because you'll never get out of those volley animations that take up like 10 seconds each time. So when you have UVH and Seydlitz just firing non-stop in the backline, yeah, You're gonna be stuck back there. You're gonna be stuck in those stories for a while now. It's a pretty bad nerf if you want to speed run your runs because you have so many animations of volleys going off. But hey, at least it looks cool, right? Anyways, Unsinkable Legend. Once per battle, when this ship takes damage that would sink her, this ship does not sink. She evades all attacks for 10 seconds, and she recovers 22% of her max HP. After this effect activates, decreases the ship's damage taken by 5% until the end of the battle. The higher percentage HP this ship has remaining, the more damage she deals. Up to 20% more. The lower percentage HP she has remaining, the less damage she takes. Up to 20%. This effect does not modify take whatever. So basically, this skill right here is FDG skills. If you guys don't know, FDG has a passive skill, excuse me, that works similar in the sense that Rhapsody of Darkness, when HP is above like 50% or whatever, she has firepower. Right about the 50% mark, she in the middle, she has 10% firepower, and then damage reduced, and then below 30%, she loses all damage increased, and she just takes 20% less damage. So basically, this skill right here is literally just FDG skill. It literally is FDG skill, except no, it's literally FDG skill. It is literally FDG skill. Nice. So we have literally mini FD. Okay. So Seydlitz right here is like a hybrid. She's like a mix of UVH and a mix of FDG when it comes to skills. So the first skill right here is kind of like UVH. It gives her a lot of reload. And the second skill is basically FDG. She gets firepower for having high health, and she gives tank abilities for low HP. So, literally a mix of both the UR battleships for Seydlitz. Anyways, Marvel of History Seydlitz. When this ship fires her main gun for the first time in the battle, fires a 10%, a level 10 special barrage. So let's go ahead and look at the barrage right now. The barrage over here is, what's it look like, y'all? It looks like falling meteors. So you fire from the back line, it drops on the enemy, kind of like Georgia's, barrage. Sorry. We're just taking we just have effects of like every ships now from previous generations added onto just new ships nowadays, so that's kind of funny. When the battle starts, if this ship is not your flagship and your flagship has a Marvels of History, alright, who has all the Marvels of History? Maybe Lützow? Oh yeah, Lützow has. Okay, Lützow has Marvel of History, so you kind of want to pair those two, I guess. The higher the percentage HP your flagship, the higher percentage HP your flagship has remaining, the shorter the reload time of her first main gun volley. At least 20% up to 80%. So, if you're gonna do some kind of team comp, I guess you would do like Lützow flagship, Lützow, Seydlitz, and I guess UVH. Now, if you want more utility, you can add Bismarck, but I think Bismarck's kind of like whatever nowadays for battleship setups, so you can ignore that. FDG, you could slot her in. I guess she could take the place of like Lützow. You just put Seydlitz as flagship, but I don't know. I would probably put a better flagship though, but no, there's like a lot of combinations right now. You can do it just backline setups. A lot of variety. Obviously, you just do a combination of the three: Lützow, Seydlitz, UVH, or FDG. If you want to do a full KMS setup, just pick whatever three and just slot them in. But anyways, though, this ship though has a mix of like all the UR KMS BBs and Georgia's barrage or whatever. Has a lot of reload. Has some tanking abilities, has a good survivability skill right here, so she doesn't sink. So honestly, like this is pretty like not a bad flagship, because if she's about to sink, then she evades all damage for 10 seconds. So it's like an emergency, and 10 seconds is quite a long time, guys. Most of the end game fights in Azure lane is about 90 seconds, 80 to 90 seconds. So if she survives like the last 10 seconds of a fight, she's basically good to go. She won't sink. So that's like that's about like a 11 to like 50, like a 10 to 15% uptime when it comes to Unsinkable Legend. because the fights nowadays aren't that long. So having this skill last for 10 seconds is really good. So honestly, she's not a bad flagship. I take it back. She's not a bad flagship at all. You can definitely run with her if you want to use a flagship setup and do like Lützow, UVH, or FDG, Lützow, or UVH and FDG if you want to. You can do a lot of combinations with them. So once again, I don't think it's like super terrible for a ship. Now, when it comes to the elites, I really don't want to talk about these guys for obvious reasons, guys. I don't want to talk about elite ships because their stats are lacking very hard. Even if they have like, okay, let's do a glance real quick. Firepower evasion increases the ship if enemy your fleet's anti-air range. All right, that's not bad. Assuming you sink something, that's not bad. But here's the thing, though. She has terrible anti-air, 55% efficiency. Like that's horrible. Like that's horrible. Decreases damage taken. All right, that's whatever. Elbing's like meh. Now Thüringen. I hope I didn't butcher it this time. Probably still butchered it. 70% barrage when hits the enemy. Decreases the enemy's evasion by 8%. Okay. Increases the damage taken by your Iron Blood ships by 12%. Okay. Honestly, that's pretty cool. Not gonna lie, that's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, I take it back. I take it back. Thüringen's not that bad. Stats are obviously lacking, but it's not that bad. 12% more damage. How long does that last for, though? For 10 seconds, right? Yeah, 10 seconds. Wait, that's pretty good. Now, I gotta see the damage by Thüringen herself, but that utility is actually not that bad. It's not that bad. If this ship has a Iron Blood equipped as a secondary, when she fires weapons, 70% chance to follow-up attack. Oh, that's pretty good. Wait, that's actually not that bad. Wait, hold up. Thüringen is actually not that bad. What the? Okay. Wait, hold up. She's actually not that bad. Wait, hold up. Time out. She's actually not that bad. I want to see that barrage, though. What's that barrage look like? Another Georgia barrage. Okay. I don't think she's that bad. I think she's pretty good. I don't think it's that bad at all. All right. Okay, so I take that back. She's not bad at all. Now, Yorck. Heavy cruiser. Let's look at this. Increased ship's stats. Okay. These stats suck, though, but whatever. It's elite. When this attacks enemy DD, her accuracy increased by 10%. Alright, accuracy, kind of whatever, but accuracy, nice. Decreases damage taken from torpedoes. Deploys a shield, can block. Okay, so it's like a generic like tanking class, rune class right here. Yeah, it's like a generic one, but her stats are lacking though, so I'm not a big fan of this. Like she has a pretty poor health pool. Doesn't do that much damage, so. That's whatever. Let's look at her. Whatchamacallit, the all-out assault barrage or whatever. What's it look like? Yeah, it's like an AP one. So yeah, I guess if you want a tanker, definitely use her. But I've seen better options. All right, so how I would rank these ships. So yeah. Let's talk about these ships, guys. So Emden right here. I'm going to say right now, Emden is the best ship on this banner. And she's definitely a core member in a KMS setup by far. She has speed debuff. She gives a 10% damage to the big hitters, which is UVH and FDG. And by far, those are the biggest damage dealers to a KMS setup. So, if you beef up the best damage dealers, then you're guaranteed a good spot in a fleet. So Emden, good ship. Really, really good ship. I like this ship a lot. Great utility, amazing. You can use her in a full fleet setup or a 1-1 setup. Very, very good. Now Lützow right here, another good ship. I wouldn't call her a core slot, but definitely not a bad ship at all. She has a lot of damage increases for herself. And she has a very unique skill right here with a 10% chance to do 3,000 more damage. I think she's a solid ship as well, too, if you're looking for some kind of battle cruiser. Very, very solid. Now, Seydlitz right here. The fake UR ship, or whatever you want to call it. a mix of UVH, FDG, and George's Barrage. Definitely not a bad ship. Again, has a really nice utility kit, Yu-Gi-Oh effects and all that jazz. Not bad again at all. Now, when it comes to the elite ships right here, not bad. You get anti-air, but she has poor anti-air in general. So, again, I'm not like super like fixed about it. This skill right here is unique, but I don't think it's like that significant, so I'm gonna ignore that. Now, Thüringen here, even though she's an elite, I'm very curious about this skill right here. 8% decrease of evasion and damage increase taken by your Iron Blood ships is 12% for 10 seconds. That's really good. The issue is that she takes up a backline slot. I would very much love this if this was a Vanguard skill rather than a backline skill. But because she takes up a backline slot, I can't really justify using her as a core fleet member. But if you're needing like some kind of like utility, you want to use like 2 KMS fleets for like, let's say OS or something, then you could definitely use her. This skill right here is pretty damn good. I like it a lot. Unfortunately, it's on a backline ship though, so you won't get that much out of it, but still a good effects ship. So for an elite, not bad. I take it back from this banner. Not bad. And as for Yorck, just a tank ship, but like poor stats, so nothing crazy about that. Now, when it comes to priorities, guys, the core ships here that you want to have will be Emden, Lützow, and Seydlitz. Because these ships, Emden is obviously core, Lützow and Seydlitz are very good backliners as well too. If you use both of them together, they're very powerful. So that covers up 2 out of the 3 backline you can use. And then for the last one, to slot in like a FDG or a UVH, and you're good to go, and you're all set. Now, as for the second set, nice to have ones. I guess Thüringen is nice to have. Obviously, she has a really nice effect here. Not to mention, she gives +1 firepower to all battleships. So that's also very nice. And as for Elbing and Yorck, I can't really justify reasons for really mandatory wanting them aside from just collecting or like, oh, they have nice skins or whatever, right? Because some of these skins are pretty nice. If you want them, go ahead and grab them. Like they aren't absolutely terrible, but there are better options out there. But they're not like absolutely terrible. Like you can still use them. They'll hold your hand for a bit until you get better ships. Unless you want to use them for like the rest of your game's career because you like them, then go for it. But there are better options out there. So that is it for this banner. This video is super long. I apologize for that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Good luck on your gacha banner pulls, and I'll see you guys in the next video.